My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 81, the chase variant of the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. And so here we have Shinsuke Nakamura posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Nakamura does come with two different hands. We do have a pair of grip hands, and then we have a pair of style pose hands. Nakamura's final accessory is the new Intercontinental title, which looks really nice. Other than that, he doesn't come with any other accessories. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Shinsuke Nakamura. And so here we have a closer look at the chase variant of Shinsuke Nakamura, which was the version of the figure I was looking forward to the most. I honestly feel like this should have been the standard release, and then the blue SmackDown costume should have been the chase variant. But either way, we do have the chase variant of Shinsuke Nakamura here, which it's the exact same as we saw with the regular version of Shinsuke Nakamura, which does have the best Shinsuke Nakamura head sculpt, which looks very nice. Really do like it. You can see they even added the 5 o'clock shadow. You can kind of make out his mouth guard, but could have been a little bit better. We do have some really nice likeness to Nakamura. Really do like the hair sculpt. That's one of my favorite things about this figure, is it has the longest hair from the Nakamura figures we've gotten, but it also does have the best likeness, so I really do like it. They did a very good job with this figure. Now, having a look at his body, this actually is a rare instance where it's a little bit different than the chase variant and the standard release. Now, the only difference in the entire figures besides the paint applications, the armband, we do not have an armband with this figure, mainly because he is wearing sleeves right here. There is no armband on this figure. You can't go out and just get one and slide it on because he doesn't come with it. You can use an older Nakamura armband, but yeah, this one, no armband is included, so it is missing one piece that the original figure does have. But overall, really think this figure is a much stronger release, and we'll go over that right now. I think the paint apps on this figure are a little bit better than the standard release. The standard release was very simple, where it just had the black stripe and then some black stripes on the blue. This one is a little more intricate. You can see the white and the red do go all throughout the costume a little bit more. Just like with that original figure, we do have a really nice body sculpt, which is very, very nice. I do like it. Now, one thing I do notice about both versions is that the proportions on his torso seem a little bit traffic coney, where we have a wider base and it gets narrower as it goes up to his head, so it kind of like makes a triangle right here. I kind of wish they had broadened his chest just a little bit, but it's still a very solid figure, and I do like all the wrinkles in it. Now, he does have the exact same arms as the other Shinsuke Nakamura figure. I feel like they should have gone the extra mile and given us some of that sleeved arm detail, just to give us some wrinkles on the arm, because he is wearing a suit where his arms are sleeved, so it would have been nice to see that with some wrinkles throughout his arm. But from a distance, you're not going to really notice it too much. And like I said, they did a very good job with how clean and nice those alignments look on his suit. You can see, just having him in neutral position, all the lines almost line up perfectly. You do have that one issue right here on this side where that white line just doesn't match perfectly, but all the other lines do, so that's very impressive, at least in my opinion. So because he has the same sculpt, he does have the zipper, although this one's not painted, although I do feel like that is correct, that this one had a black zipper and didn't have a silver zipper. The belt isn't painted on this one because it's just cast in black. The only paint on this figure are the red and white lines, which do look very nice. I do like it, and I do dig it quite a bit, so really good job by Mattel. The paint work on this figure is very clean, and it looks very solid, especially considering it's painting on black, something Mattel is very, very notorious for not doing well. They actually did it well on this figure, so yeah, kudos to Mattel. So going all the way down to his kick pads, he is wearing just your standard kick pads. So that's perfectly normal. And the only error I can really find is that little red smudge right here at the cuff of his pants. Other than that, there's really not too much to complain about. Yeah, there are some instances where the lines don't quite meet up, but overall it's still a very solid figure, and I really do like this version a little more than the blue version, probably because I'm a fan of black and red. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at how he stacks up to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Shinsuke Nakamura posed next to an Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. Here we have the Chase variant Nakamura posed next to the standard release of Shinsuke Nakamura and the Ultimate Edition Shinsuke Nakamura. So with comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually have a look at Shinsuke Nakamura's articulation. He does have the standard elite articulation, with the exception that he does have limited articulation because of the Shinsuke Nakamura sculpt. So with his articulation starting at his head, he does have a ball joint which really doesn't look up all too well. Can look down. As you would expect, we don't get too much tilt out of the right side, but going to the left, we get some surprisingly good tilt, and it does turn left and right no problem. So really good job there. Kind of wish that he had a little more backwards mobility, but I'm good with what it has right here. Arms do go all the way around. They do hinge outward, which look really good. He does have a bicep swivel, which works fine. Single bend at the elbow. We have a swivel and hinge at the wrist. Abdomen articulation, so he does have a ab crunch going back. Going forward, not the best. Waist swivel works fine. On this version, I don't have any issues with the joints wanting to fight me. I do have some looseness issues, though. You can see on mine, yeah, that's a pretty big deal when the articulation is that loose. I'm not even putting too much effort into that, and it wants to fight. And even when I do that, you can see how loose his legs or his hips are, which is a little bit unfortunate. They do go out to the side to about there, and you can see they want to keep fighting me. So yeah, a little bit loose, but I can fix that. Swivel up high in the thigh. Double bend here at the knee, going much better than 90 degrees. We have a ball joint here at the ankle, which does go back, does go forward, does go side to side, as well as slight rotation. And then we do get rocker ankle. So overall, Nakamura here has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get them compared for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Elite 81 Chase variant of Shinsuke Nakamura posed for my final thoughts. And overall, I really do like this figure. Now, the fact that I do have two versions of Shinsuke Nakamura, essentially the same sculpt, and both of them having different quality control issues, I can honestly say that the issues I have on mine are not universal. If they were, both figures would have the exact same problems. This figure does suffer from loose joints, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's nothing that I can't fix with some Kiki or some D-Star Fixer Elixir, but yeah, it is a little bit upsetting when you get loose joints out of the packaging. Now, the one thing that I think would have made this Shinsuke Nakamura figure complete is if they gave him a pair of fists, or even an alternate head. If they had done the fist or alternate head, this would be a much better figure. But as it stands, he is still a very solid figure, and the fact that we do get the new Intercontinental title with this figure is a huge bonus. And I can see a lot of people picking up this Shinsuke Nakamura just for the title, but that's not giving this figure enough credit. He is actually a very well done figure. The fact that he did get a new torso does show that Mattel is willing to put some effort into these figures. I just wish that at this time they were focusing more on the detailing on other figures rather than just making one new sculpt and calling it a day. This is still a very solid Shinsuke Nakamura, and if you need an updated Shinsuke Nakamura, this is a very good figure to own, especially if you have this version or the standard version. Either one will do fine in your collection. If you're like me and you wanted the Chase variant more than the standard version, you're gonna pick up this version. But me, I honestly, being a Shinsuke Nakamura fan, I wanted both in my collection, so I ended up getting both. Now, the Chase variant is a little more expensive than the standard release. I have seen them go up on upwards of $35, which is pretty fair for a Chase variant. I know there are some versions that go up to like $60, but I think that's outrageous. $35, That seems fair for a Chase variant figure. If you can find them for a good price, definitely pick them up. And with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.